My mother built a decontamination chamber in our garage and showered me in industrial drain cleaner. She said the burning meant I was keeping her alive. I exposed her, got her convicted, and rebuilt my life. Now, after 5 years, her lawyer wants my statement for her appeal. But let me start from the beginning. I was 8 years old when my mother gave me a list of 247 foods that could kill her. By the time I was 9, I'd learned that my breath could trigger her allergies. My unwashed hands were weapons, and my own skin was constantly contaminated. The special soap burned. The showers lasted hours. My hands bled, my arms peeled. At least I thought I was saving her life. Until the day my science teacher saw the chemical burns and asked one question that changed everything. What pH is that soap? I was 7 when everything changed. Mom came home from the doctor looking pale. She sat me down and told me she had something called MCAS, mast cell activation syndrome. She said her immune system was attacking her, that everyday things could send her into anaphylactic shock. Foods, smells, even my breath sometimes. I was 7. I believed every word. She started making lists. Safe foods, dangerous foods. At first, maybe 20 items. Peanuts, shellfish, the normal stuff. But the list kept growing. By the time I turned 8, there were 247 foods on the danger list. I memorized them all. Mom called me her helper, her hero. I wanted to be that for her. Dad had left 2 years before, lived 3 states away, called on birthdays. I didn't know he'd wanted custody. I didn't know she'd fought against it. It was just me and Mom, us against her broken immune system. 2 weeks before my 8th birthday, I made a mistake. I'd eaten the peanut butter sandwich at school, forgot my lunch, and the cafeteria lady made one before I could stop her. I didn't think about it until I got home. Mom was in the kitchen. She turned when I walked in. Her face changed immediately. Her eyes went wide. Her hand went to her throat. "Tyler, what did you eat today?" I froze. She moved closer. Her face was going red, like a rash spreading right in front of me. "You ate peanuts. I can smell it on your breath." She stumbled backward, breathing fast, wheezy. She grabbed the counter. "Mom, I didn't know what to do. I was 8. She pointed at the hallway. "Bathroom, now. Shower. Use the special soap. All of it. Everywhere. Don't come out until you've scrubbed every inch." I ran to the bathroom, grabbed the bottle she'd put there. SaniClean Pro. Medical grade, she'd said. I squeezed it onto my arms, my chest, and my face. It started burning almost immediately. Not warm, tingly burn. A different burn, like touching a hot pan. I scrubbed anyway. I could hear Mom in the hallway, breathing hard. I imagined her collapsing, imagined an ambulance, imagined losing her because I'd been careless. I scrubbed harder. 30 minutes later, I got out. My skin was bright red, pink in some places. It hurt to put my clothes on. Mom was on the couch. She looked normal now, breathing fine, rash gone. She hugged me. "You saved my life tonight. Do you know that? You're my hero." I was 8 years old. My skin was burning, and I felt proud. 2 weeks later, it was my birthday. Mom made me safe pancakes. No wheat, no dairy, no eggs. They tasted like cardboard, but I told her they were great. Then she handed me an envelope. "Your real present." Inside was a laminated chart, professional looking, like something from a doctor's office. At the top, Tyler's personal decontamination protocol. Below that were rules, schedules, a point system. Dr. Rivera helped me make this. "This is going to help both of us. You'll learn good hygiene habits, and I'll stay safe. Every day you follow the protocol, you get points. You can trade points for food." I looked at the chart. Daily showers, 3 times a day, 15 minutes minimum each. Food logging, hand washing, minimum 30 seconds, multiple times per day. At the bottom, there was a section called contamination events, things that would reset my points to 0. Eating non-approved foods, skipping a shower, incomplete hand washing. Mom seemed excited, so I nodded. "Okay, I can do this." She hugged me, my hero. That night, I followed the protocol for the first time. Evening shower, 15 minutes. I used the SaniClean Pro. It burned, but I was used to that now. I scrubbed everywhere. When I got out, my skin was red, tight. It hurt to bend my arms. But Mom checked my chart, drew a gold star in the evening shower box. "Perfect, see? This is easy." It wasn't easy. It was the beginning of hell. The protocol got harder fast. 2 months in, showers increased to 20 minutes. The SaniClean got stronger. My skin started peeling. Mom said it was normal. My body detoxing allergens. 4 months in, the safe food list shrank. Apples, rice, chicken. All dangerous now. I was hungry most days. Stopped eating lunch at school. Too risky. My hands bled from washing. Mom bought me medical gloves to wear at school. Kids called me Glove Boy. I started eating lunch in the bathroom alone. 6 months in, I had my first contamination event. I'd laugh too loud at a joke someone told in class. When I got home, Mom was waiting. "You made noise today. Loud noise. Do you know what that does to me?" "I'm sorry, I forgot." "Forgot? You forgot that your voice could kill me?" The shower that night was different. She made me use twice as much SanaClean, 30 minutes. The burning was worse than ever. I bit my lips so hard it bled. I could taste blood mixing with the chemical fumes. When I got out, pieces of skin came off with the towel, raw pink flesh underneath. I tried not to cry. Crying made noise. By the time I turned 9, my hair was falling out in patches. Mom said it was stress. Bought me a hat. Showers got longer, 30 minutes, then 40. The SanaClean got stronger. My skin cracked deep, bled. The soap in the cracks burned so bad I'd bite my sleeve to keep from screaming. My teacher noticed something was wrong. Sent a note home. Mom handled it. Wrote back explaining about the MCAS. Attached a letter from Dr. Rivera. The letter said I had anxiety, that the hand washing was my way of coping, that we were in treatment. My teacher backed off after that. Then Mom built something in the garage. She told neighbors it was a home gym, built it herself over 3 weeks. What she actually built was a decontamination chamber. She cleared out a corner, put up thick plastic sheeting, the kind construction workers use, installed a shower head connected to a big tank, pre-mixed SanaClean solution, she said. Stronger, more efficient. There was a drain in the floor, a plastic chair, a timer on the wall. She could control everything from inside the house. The first time I used the garage chamber, I was 9.5. I'd touched a doorknob at school. Someone with peanut residue had touched it before me. Mom could tell when I got home. Garage, full decontamination cycle. I went to the garage, stepped into the plastic sheeted area. The shower turned on automatically, cold at first, then warm, then hot. The water smelled wrong, chemical, stronger than anything before. I stood under it. It burned, worse than usual. My skin turned bright red within seconds. I tried to step out. The plastic sheeting was sealed from outside. "Baby, you need to stay for the full cycle. The timer is set." "How long?" "Just until the timer stops." The shower kept running. The chemical smell got stronger. My eyes burned. My throat hurt. I tried to breathe through my mouth, but that made it worse. I sat on the plastic chair. Chemical water pooled around me, running off my body. But new water kept coming. Hot, burning, endless. I don't know how long I was in there. When the shower finally stopped, I was shaking. My skin was bright red, peeling. Pieces of dead skin floating in the water around the chair. "Good job, baby. This is going to help so much." I was 9 years old, and this was now my life. By 11, the garage sessions were almost daily, sometimes twice. The violations were constant, unavoidable. Breathed too loud, contamination. Forgot to log water, contamination. Wrong side of the hallway, contamination. The rules changed constantly. I stopped trying to understand them. I just accepted I'd always be contaminated. Sessions got longer, 4 hours, 5, 6, once 8 hours straight. I'd stand until my legs gave out, then sit on the plastic chair, chemical water pooling, burning everywhere. Sometimes I'd pass out, wake up on the concrete floor, timer still running, drag myself back to the chair. My fingernails started coming off. I found them in the drain after sessions. Mom made me clean them up, said they were contamination. I was 58 pounds at 11, hadn't grown in 2 years. My skin was raw tissue, red, weeping, bleeding, hair mostly gone, scalp scarred where it would never grow back. I couldn't remember not hurting. CPS came once. A gym teacher had seen my arms during class, reported it. A social worker showed up, Mrs. Chen. She seemed concerned at first, but Mom was ready. She'd hidden the SanaClean, stocked the fridge with normal food, put regular Dove soap in the bathroom, showed Mrs. Chen the fake documentation from Dr. Rivera. "The rashes are from his eczema," Mom explained. "And he has anxiety, compulsive washing. We're working with a specialist." Mrs. Chen looked at me. "Is that true, Tyler?" I looked at Mom. She was smiling, but her eyes told me exactly what would happen if I said the wrong thing. "Yes, I have eczema." Mrs. Chen closed her notebook, called me a brave boy, left. That night, Mom put me in the garage for 6 hours. Because CPS had come. Because I'd almost gotten us in trouble. The chemical water burned worse than ever. I screamed. I begged. I pounded on the plastic sheeting. The timer kept running. When I finally got out, I couldn't walk. Mom had to carry me inside. 58 pounds. She could carry me easily. She put cream on my skin, the expensive kind that helped. "I'm sorry you had to do that, baby, but they're watching us now. We have to be perfect. Can you be perfect for me?" I nodded. I couldn't talk. My throat was burned from the fumes. Perfect. My perfect boy. I was 12 when Mr. Chen changed everything. He was my science teacher, 7th grade biology, the kind of teacher who actually noticed when kids were struggling. He noticed me. I was quiet, sat in the back. wore long sleeves even in spring, fell asleep in class, not from boredom, from exhaustion. One day, we were doing a lesson on pH, acids and bases. He showed slides of what different pH levels could do. pH 1, stomach acid. pH 7, neutral water. pH 13, drain cleaner. Dissolves organic matter. He showed a photo of a chemical burn, a hand that had touched pH 13 solution. The skin was red, raw, peeling. I stared at that photo. It looked exactly like my hand. Mr. Chen kept talking. Alkaline burns are particularly dangerous because they penetrate deep into tissue. They don't just damage the surface, they keep burning even after you wash them off. My hands started shaking. The bell rang. Everyone left. I tried to leave too. Tyler, can you stay for a minute? After class, Mr. Chen asked to see my hands. I told him no. He explained he'd worked in a hospital lab before teaching. He'd seen chemical burns before. I hid my hands under the desk. Tyler, I'm not going to get you in trouble. I just want to help. You can't help. Nobody can. CPS came. They didn't believe me. They believed her. Who's her? My mom. What's going on with your mom? And then I told him everything. The allergies, the protocol, the SaniClean, the garage, the timer, the hours of burning. Mr. Chen's face went pale. What's the soap called? SaniClean Pro. Do you know the pH? I shook my head. Can you bring me the bottle? Or take a photo of the label? I'll get in trouble. Tyler, I don't think your mom has allergies. I think something very wrong is happening, and I need you to trust me. I looked at him. Really looked. He had kind eyes. Tired eyes. Like someone who'd seen bad things before. There was another kid, I said. Before me. Lucas. My mom's stepson. He had the same thing. The same soap. The same garage. Then he left when I was 6. Mom said he went to live with his dad, but I don't think that's true. Mr. Chen pulled out his phone. Can you tell me Lucas's full name? Lucas Chen. No relation to you. He'd be 24 now. Tyler, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to find Lucas. I'm going to investigate your mom's medical claims, and I'm going to call the police. Not CPS. Police. She'll know. She always knows. Then we'll have to be faster than her. Go home today. Act normal. Don't tell her about our conversation. And bring your backpack tomorrow with extra clothes, just in case you can't go home for a while. That night, I did something stupid, something brave, something that almost killed me. I tried to get proof. I had an old phone, a hand-me-down from before the protocol started. No SIM card, but it could still record video. I'd hidden it in my closet for years. Mom didn't know I had it. I charged it, waited until she was asleep. Then I hid it in the garage, tucked behind a paint can, lens facing the plastic sheeting. The next morning, I triggered a contamination event on purpose. Ate a piece of bread from a neighbor's house. Let her smell it on me when I got home. Garage. Now. I went. The shower started. I screamed. I begged. I made sure the camera would capture everything. 4 hours later, I got out. Shaking. Skin raw. But I had proof. Real proof that no one could deny. I waited until she went to work the next day. Then I went to the garage to get the phone. It wasn't there. I searched everywhere. Behind every can. Under the tarps. Nothing. Then I heard her voice behind me. Looking for something? She was holding the phone. Smiling. I found this last night. Interesting hiding spot. Did you really think I wouldn't notice? I couldn't speak. She walked toward me, still smiling. You know what this means, right? The session that followed was 12 hours. The longest ever. She added something to the SaniClean. I don't know what, but it burned worse than anything before. When I finally got out, I couldn't see straight for 2 days. Couldn't stand without falling. She smashed the phone in front of me, ground the pieces under her heel. Nice try, baby, but you're never going to outsmart me. I stopped hoping after that. 2 days later, Mr. Chen pulled me aside after class. He looked different, shaken. There were dark circles under his eyes. Someone left a note on my car last night, he said quietly. What kind of note? He hesitated, then showed me a photo on his phone. Block letters, cut from magazines. Like a ransom note in a movie. I know where your daughter goes to school. My stomach dropped. She knows, I whispered. Mr. Chen put the phone away. His jaw was tight. I'm not stopping, he said, but we need to move faster. I talked to the police this morning. They're taking it seriously now. And I found Lucas. He's alive. He's willing to talk. She's going to do something, I said. She's going to run or, Tyler. He put his hand on my shoulder. Whatever she does, we're ready. Just hold on a little longer. But that night, she was already 3 steps ahead. She woke me at 4 a.m. Pack a bag. We're taking a trip. Where? Somewhere safe. Dr. Rivera found a treatment center. Specialists who can help with your condition. I'm not sick. She grabbed my arm, hard. The calm mask slipped. You are sick, Tyler. Very sick. Now pack. I thought about running. Thought about screaming. But we lived in the middle of nowhere, nearest neighbor half a mile away, and she was standing between me and the door. I packed. The drive took 11 hours. She wouldn't tell me where we were going, wouldn't let me use the phone, wouldn't stop except for gas. We crossed into Nevada. Around midnight, we pulled up to a building in the middle of nowhere, desert all around. A sign at the entrance, Cleanse Youth Wellness Center. Underneath, Healing Through Purity. It looked like a spa, clean white walls, manicured gardens, peaceful, but the windows had bars. A woman met us at the entrance, Dr. Morrison, gray hair, warm smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Mrs. Wilson, so glad you made it. And this must be Tyler." She looked at me the way a butcher looks at meat. "We're going to take such good care of you." Papers were signed. Money changed hands. I saw the check, $50,000. Mom knelt in front of me, her eyes wet, fake tears. "This is for your own good, baby. When you're better, you can come home." Then she was gone, driving into the desert night, not looking back. Dr. Morrison's smile disappeared the moment the car was out of sight. "Welcome to Cleanse. Let me explain the rules." The facility had 23 kids, ages 8 to 16. They all had the same look, vacant eyes, shuffling walk, like the life had been drained out of them. My room was small, white walls, white bed, white floor, a camera in the corner, red light always blinking, no windows, door locked from outside. Treatment started the next morning. They called it purification therapy, same concept as home, but industrialized. Every morning, chemical shower, 30 minutes, monitored by staff who watched to make sure you scrubbed everywhere. Every afternoon, isolation room, a small white box with padding on the walls. No sound, no light. You sat there for hours. Detoxing from environmental contamination, they said. Every evening, medication, pills I didn't recognize. They made everything foggy, hard to think, hard to remember why I was here, hard to remember I wanted to leave. My roommate was Devin, 14, burns on his arms like mine. "How long have you been here?" I asked on day 3. He stared at the wall. 8 months. 8 months? Some kids have been here 2 years. His voice was flat. "They don't let you out until your parents want you back. Some parents never want you back." I didn't accept it, but after 2 weeks of chemical showers, isolation rooms, and medication, I understood why the other kids had given up. On day 19, something changed. New staff member, young guy, maybe 25. Name tag said Marcus. He worked night shift. First time he came to my door, he just looked at me through the window, then moved on. Second night, he slipped paper under my door. 4 words. "Are you Tyler Wilson?" Third night, another paper. "Nod at camera if yes." I looked at the camera, red light blinking. I nodded. Nothing happened for days. The medication made everything blurry. I thought I'd imagined it. Then, on day 25, Marcus brought my evening medication. He handed me the cup, watched me put the pills in my mouth, swallow, loud enough for the camera. I pretended to swallow, held pills under my tongue. He leaned close, pretending to check my mouth. "Your science teacher is looking for you," he whispered. "So are the police. They know about this place." 3 more days. "Hold on." He pulled back, smiled for the camera. "Good night, Tyler." I spit the pills into my hand, flushed them down the toilet. For the first time in weeks, my head started to clear. 3 days. I had to survive 3 more days. On day 28, I woke to sirens. Lots of them, getting closer. Through my door's window, I saw staff running, panicked. Someone yelling about destroying files. Then the front door exploded open. Police. Officers in tactical gear swarmed the hallways. I found out later it was a joint operation, state police and a federal task force that investigates unlicensed treatment facilities. My door flew open. Marcus was there, but not in scrubs anymore. He was wearing a vest that said, "State Police." "Let's go, Tyler. We're getting you out." He led me through chaos. Kids crying, staff in handcuffs, Dr. Morrison screaming about lawyers. Outside, the desert sun was blinding. I hadn't seen natural light in almost a month. A woman approached me, badge on her belt. "Tyler Wilson? I'm Detective Foster, State Police. I work with a federal task force on cases like this. Your teacher, Mr. Chen, has been very persistent. He filed missing person reports in 3 states. Wouldn't stop until we found you." As they led me to an ambulance, I looked back at the facility, the peaceful sign, the barred windows, the white walls that had almost swallowed me whole. Detective Foster told me later, they found records. Over 200 kids had passed through Cleanse in 5 years. Some aged out at 18 with nothing, no education, no identity. Some didn't make it that long. They found medical files showing deaths ruled as natural causes or accidents. Kids with no next of kin listed. missing persons reports from other states that were never followed up, exposed abuse complaints that got buried. Some kids just disappeared from the records entirely. No discharge date, no transfer, nothing. I could have been one of them. They arrested my mother 2 days later. She'd been hiding at Dr. Rivera's house. Thought she could wait until things blew over. She was wrong. The charges were extensive. For Mom, child abuse, aggravated assault, false imprisonment, conspiracy, interstate transport of a minor for harmful purposes, fraud. For Dr. Rivera, practicing medicine without a license, fraud, conspiracy. For Dr. Morrison and Cleanse, 23 counts of child abuse, 15 counts of false imprisonment, 3 counts of involuntary manslaughter, money laundering. They tested my mother for allergies, blood work, skin tests, immunology panel, everything. Results? 0 allergies. None. Not to food, not to chemicals. Nothing. They tested her for MCAS specifically, the condition she'd claimed for 5 years. Results? Negative. No mast cell activation. No immune disorder. Completely healthy. The allergist who reviewed the results was stunned. This woman has one of the most robust immune systems I've ever seen. She's not allergic to anything. She never was. They found Lucas. Mr. Chen had tracked him down, 24 years old now, scars on his arms just like mine. He agreed to testify. So did Marcus. So did 6 other kids from Cleanse. Pattern evidence. 2 victims, same method, same garage. That's not a mistake. That's a predator. The trial started 6 months later. I was 13. I'd been living with my dad and his new wife, going to therapy 3 times a week. My skin was healing, slowly, but the scars were permanent. My dad cried when he first saw me in the hospital, said he didn't know, said if he'd known, he would have fought harder. I wanted to believe him. The trial lasted 3 days. Day 1 was evidence. Photos of the garage, photos of my skin, photos of Lucas's skin, chemical analysis of the SaniClean, pH 13.5, industrial drain cleaner. The jury looked sick. Day 2, Lucas testified. He rolled up his sleeves, showed the jury his arms. Scarred, discolored. She did this to me from age 11 to 14, he said. Same chemicals, same garage, same lies. If I'd had the courage to tell someone, maybe Tyler wouldn't have gone through this. But I didn't. I was too scared. His voice broke, so I'm telling now. Day 3, I testified. Ms. Callahan asked me to describe what happened in the garage. The shower would turn on automatically. Chemical water. It burned immediately. My eyes, my throat, my skin. I'd try to breathe through my mouth, but that made it worse. How long would you be in there? However long the timer was set. I couldn't see it. She controlled it from inside the house. Sometimes 2 hours. Sometimes 8. Once, 12. Did you ever ask her to stop? I begged. I screamed. But she couldn't hear me. Or she didn't care. Why do you think she did this? I looked at Mom. She was staring at the table. I used to think it was because she was sick. Because her allergies were real. But she was never sick. She was never in danger. Then why? I think she liked having control. I think she liked that I was scared. Because every time I went in that garage, every time I begged her to stop, she didn't. She just kept the timer running. The jury deliberated for 2 hours. Guilty. All counts. The judge set sentencing for 2 weeks later. On sentencing day, I asked to speak. Your Honor, I'm 13. My skin will never be normal. My hands still shake. I have nightmares about that timer, about that garage, about being trapped. I looked at Mom. She was crying. I didn't feel sorry for her. She told me I was her hero. She told me the burning meant I was saving her life. I believed her. For 5 years, I believed her. I turned back to the judge. I'm asking you to make sure she can't do this to anyone else. The judge looked at Mom. I've been a judge for 23 years. This is one of the worst cases of child abuse I've ever seen. You built a torture chamber. You bathed your son in industrial drain cleaner. You fabricated a medical condition to justify it. You paid someone to write fake diagnoses. And when people started asking questions, you tried to disappear him into a facility in the desert. He paused. This wasn't neglect. This was systematic, calculated, cruel. Total sentence, 35 years. Permanently barred from contact with Tyler or Lucas upon release. As they led her away, she looked at me. You're nothing without me, she whispered. I didn't flinch. I just watched her disappear. 4 years later, I'm 17 now, senior in high school, planning for college, maybe chemistry, maybe teaching like Mr. Chen. My skin is better. The scars are still there, always will be, but they've faded. I can wear short sleeves without everyone staring. I still can't use most soaps. My skin is too sensitive. I use special ones, gentle ones, the kind that don't burn. Lucas and I talk once a month. He's doing better too. Got a job, got engaged to someone who understands. We started something together, speaking at schools, training teachers to recognize the signs, pushing for better protocols. We've helped 3 kids so far, 3 kids going through something similar. Teachers recognized the signs because of our training, reported it, saved them. That makes it worth it. The scars, the nightmares, all of it. Last month, Mom filed an appeal. Her lawyer sent a letter asking me to submit a statement saying she'd changed, that she deserved a second chance. I got the letter, read it once, then I burned it. I wrote back to the court instead. One sentence. She hasn't changed. She's just out of victims. Appeal denied. Last week, I took a shower. Warm water, gentle soap, 5 minutes. No timer, no chemicals, no burning. Just a normal shower. For the first time in my life, washing doesn't hurt. And that feels like freedom.